Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I woke up pretty late today. I was up this morning at like 10 o'clock or something like that, 10 o'clock or later, I think. I think we ended up leaving to go to the grocery stores. Like, I think I was up at like 10:30 because we ended up leaving to go to the grocery stores at like 11:30. I think I was ready to leave the house by 11 o'clock, but then my dad had all kinds of stuff he had to get done, and so we didn't end up leaving, I think, until like 11:30. Which I wanted to get back because although the Bears don't play this weekend because they're on a bye this week, I was, you know, just like, I still want to get back and like watch some football today. So although I did end up getting to stuff, I kind of spent like a lot of my time in the living room today, which is why I'm in here now, guys. I'm actually watching Sunday Night Football because honestly, most of the games that they had on today were like upsets, like games that like I was like, oh, that team's probably gonna win, and then the other team ended up winning. At least so far, that's how this game is looking too. Let's see, the games we ended up having was whoever the Vikings played today. I don't even really know how that game ended up ending, but I watched the earlier game that was on, which was, I think, the Kansas City-Houston game, which I thought Kansas City was going to win. And then the like 3 o'clock game or whatever, that was the Jets and the Cowboys, which I watched most of that game. I didn't see so much of the, like I said, that first game, just kind of the end, which I like really assumed the Cowboys were going to win because the Jets haven't won a game so far all season, and they ended up winning. I was like, okay, this is again another like upset. And then now Pittsburgh, who's won 1 game so far, is playing the Chargers, who have won at least 2. You know, and so I was like, oh yeah. And then Pittsburgh has their 3rd string quarterback in. I was like, okay, Roethlisberger's not starting. Like, this is probably going to be a Charger win, and it's in the at almost the end of the 3rd quarter right now, and the Chargers still don't have any points at all. So, you know, not that this game is over, but I mean, it's looking in Pittsburgh's favor, which again would kind of be a little bit of an upset. To have as many wins as the Chargers, and again, seems like stuff wasn't kind of, you know, there's a couple things that were stacked against them, but they're winning. It's pretty awesome. Although I have Keenan Allen for on the Chargers, but Pittsburgh's probably one of my top teams. Like, I just like them. But the Panthers today, their game was on at like when I woke up this morning. I don't even know what time it started, like 9 o'clock or something like that in the morning. But they won, which they were in London. So that was kind of cool, but again, because they were in London, that's why the game started like 9 in the morning, and it was on the NFL Network app, and I told you guys how we don't have that anymore. Like AT&T dropped it, which really upset me because I would have loved to have seen that game. I haven't seen a Carolina game so far at all because their Thursday night football game or whatever it was also on the NFL Network, which we didn't end up getting. So I seriously, like, unless the Panthers end up playing like Minnesota or Green Bay or maybe the Monday night football game, like, more than likely we will not end up seeing any of the Carolina games this season, just because they don't share, like, you know, we normally end up getting one that's like a Midwest like team. If it's Minnesota or Green Bay or Detroit or, you know, the Bears, obviously, since we're in Chicago, but, you know, we get those games. So it's normally not like, you know, so unless one of the teams are playing them, that's when we'll probably get it. Then we get like another like nationally broadcasted game or whatever. Or a game that they think is going to be like a really competitive, you know, game that they're going to show or whatever. And again, a Sunday night football game and that kind of stuff. So that's why, guys, like, I don't know, you know, and Carolina's actually doing good this season right now. I think they have the same record as the Bears, which is 3-2, I think, but they won today, so I think it's 4-2. Like, they're actually doing pretty good this year, you know, and I'm like, oh, we're not going to be able to see, like, any of the games. Like, it seriously stinks, and like I said, we would have been able to see 2 so far, at least, but, you know, like, Carolina's, like, my next favorite team next to the Bears, and I don't get to see them. But I did get to listen to the Seattle game, though, when we were actually coming back from Aldi. We had to run a few errands today. We went to CVS. We had to pick up my mom's prescription. Then we ended up going to Aldi, did our grocery shopping and everything like that. And we were able to listen to on the radio. Actually, they were broadcasting the Seattle game, so we were able to listen to that, which they ended up winning too, which they're like probably my next like favorite team. So and then I think like Matthew I think Jack was asking the other day, like my top 5 favorite teams would probably be the Bears, Carolina, Seattle. I'd probably say like Pittsburgh, and then I think it was the Bengals, just because I really think that their stadium's really cool. But yeah, so that's why I like I said, those are probably my top like 5 favorite teams. And like I always kind of like Pittsburgh. Like I've seen a lot of the Pittsburgh games for whatever reason. They're just like always seem like they're on. And so I think I told you guys like it was like 2 years ago or something like that. We literally got to see almost all of the like Pittsburgh games. And then the year that Carolina went to the Super Bowl too, they had almost all those games. Like I was able to see those. But this year it's like I haven't seen like hardly any. I think maybe I've seen 2 Pittsburgh games now, and then I've seen no Carolina games. I saw at least maybe 2 Seattle games, but the thing was too, I got to see like the last like 10 minutes of the Seattle game, because they were showing it after the Houston Kansas City game. So yeah guys, I am, like I said, just chilling in here watching the end of this. But I got to actually wash dishes today. I think I'm gonna go unload and load up the dishwasher. I edited, since again I was in here for a lot of the day, but it's kind of cold and like chilly out and stuff like that, so that's why I didn't end up like, I wasn't like I want to go and like do all this stuff, you know, and get to stuff and do things and get things done, because I'm just kind of chilly. But yeah, this morning too, like I said, we ran to Aldi, and then we ended up going to Menards, and we also stopped at Starbucks and got coffee too, because I did not end up having any coffee, because I've officially think I've switched over to now having warm coffee, like, you know, hot coffee, because I was doing iced coffee, and now that it's cold out, I'm like, I can't like drink this, because it's just like my internal temperature now is becoming cold because I'm having iced coffee. And so, you know, I was able to hang around for the last like week or so, and I'm like, I'm too cold to have this anymore because it's just chilly out. And so I switched over yesterday to having hot, like, you know, hot coffee. And so that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my coffee once we get back from running these errands. And my dad's like, let's just go pick up Starbucks. So me and my dad got coffee, and my mom got an iced tea from Starbucks. So like I said guys, I am just, again, kind of chilling in here. The dog is back there. Bliss, what are you doing? Are you sleeping? Can you, I don't know if you guys can hear her. She sounds like she's actually snoring. And so guys, I'll give you a sneak peek tomorrow probably. I will show you guys all the fall decorations that you guys see back there, all of our fall decorations, and all the stuff in here too. So there's still, there's some stuff. This is actually all stuff, where is it? This stuff all needs to go up in the attic. This is some of the stuff that we took off the mantle, and, you know, off of things that need to go up in the attic. So like the wreaths, we obviously changed out wreaths. That one that's over there is like a football one. One of the other ones was one of the ones that was in the kitchen. There was one on the front door, and stuff like that. We have a lot of wreaths. But like I was saying, we switched all that kind of stuff out, and then we also too kind of rearranged a little bit in here. So over on this side, this was actually turned, so it was like this, and it was kind of sticking out because of some of the other furniture placement. So this was then on this side of it. So this was here, again, like turned this way. This was here on this side, turned this way. And then there was a different table that was here, and that table's now in the hallway actually, which, like I said, I think this placement, which is what I liked originally, works out better. Instead, like, it was all weird and like you had to walk around stuff. I don't know why my mom was thinking like the layout would have been better until I suggested this a second time, and she was like, oh yeah, I do like that. I didn't love it was because she doesn't like to see all of this stuff, which, like, I kind of get it. She's like, this is in the living room. Like, why do I want to see the coffee mugs and all that kind of stuff in the living room? And that's because we have the coffee bar over here that, you know, is both in the living room and kitchen, sort of, with, you know, the window that's up there. But she's like, I don't like to see that. So we might get something that covers this over, like do maybe a little dowel rod thing with some like curtains or something like that, so you don't have to see that when you're in here, and just make it look like a, you know, shelf kind of thing or whatever. But you know, that's where our coffee pot is and everything like that. It's in the living room, but it's like I said, because our coffee bar is here. It's kind of like in our living room kitchen area. And then we do have that like curtain thingy that's on the other side, so it is sort of like walled off a little bit so we can decorate up in here. And then if we do have company over or whatever and we want to have this open, or you know, just kind of make the room feel a little bit bigger, we can. But if not, it's kind of like separated, which is weird though, because we haven't opened it in like an awful long time. But like I said, we did kind of redecorate, or not redecorate, but rearrange furniture just a tiny bit in here when we put up the fall decorations. And there's stuff, I don't know whose things, that some of these are dogs' toys. So some people have stuff laying around, but the living room is clean for the most part, and most of our decorations are up. But I'll show you guys a little bit more, maybe and in the other rooms where we decorated tomorrow. But that was our project Thursday when we ended up doing all that stuff. So I like the layout though in here, and I love that it's cleaned and picked up. And that was one of the things that was kind of driving me crazy, was it felt super like almost claustrophobic in here, because the furniture all was like sticking out, and like, I don't know, it just feels a lot bigger and like more open. And on top of that too, again, we ended up cleaning before we decorated and everything like that, so all of the clutter and stuff like that was also picked up, and we have new fall clutter out. But you know, there was like mail sitting out, you know, and that kind of thing. And so when we cleaned up to decorate, you know, all that kind of stuff was taken care of. So yeah, now that that's all done, I feel like I enjoy sitting in here a little bit more than I did, and that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record in here for today. So yeah, a little rearranging, and like I said, I'll show you guys some more of that, you know, stuff that we ended up putting out in fall decorations. And we have some football decoration stuff, which is kind of fun, but I'll show you guys that because there's the living room and the kitchen and the hallway, and this is the living room, the kitchen and the hallway too, and the stuff that's in here as well. But like I said, I will show you guys that all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a little thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.